Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Joshua and this is Rooftop. Now in today's workshop, we're going to be using different materials. As you've read the title, we are going to be using not a matchstick, but matchsticks basically. And we'll be creating a collage and we'll be painting and drawing also. But now when we use different materials, right? What happens is it creates a much more three-dimensional depth to it, and it creates a much more interesting piece overall as well. Now in this workshop we'll be following a Navratri theme, so why don't we start? Let's see. All right, so I have my paper here. First of all, sorry for the delay. I know I took some time. I'm 10 minutes late. Please don't complain to my HR. Let's start so we can forget about the delaying part. Okay, so now when we start, what we're going to do is we'll be doing a very minimalistic painting, or we'll be doing very simple the painting part. It will be very flat, but we'll be focused more on the matchsticks part of it. Alright, so let's start. Now if you want me to zoom in at any point of time, you can just let me know. Let me check this view. Okay, I think this should be good enough. Alright, I will assume this is good enough until someone tells me what to do. Okay, so over here, what we'll do is we will be drawing Durga Devi. Right, so I will place, say, the chin. So I'll just place the head where I want it to be. So I just put a small mark over here, and the top part of the head, I think I can maybe take it a little lower. So I'll just take my super cool, not expensive eraser. Erase this. Then maybe I can put the head around this side. Somewhere around there. Okay. And now I'll start with the jaw basically. So I'll draw like a very wide V. And I will draw the head going, oh, it's not that visible, hold on. Okay, that should be better. So I think once I darken these lines, right, the lighter ones automatically pop up. This over here. And then in the same line, maybe somewhere on this side. Like that over there. Maybe not that far off, but yeah, you could see in this area here. Now my eraser, or this kneaded eraser or clay eraser, for those of you who don't know, I can shape it up into whatever shape I like, and then I can just erase whatever I need, or the area that I need. Okay. Now we can work on the top area. So now we'll take the center of the head this way. I didn't draw a line here, I was just using that as a reference. So say like this around here. Let's see, yeah, that should be good. Same thing with this side, around here. This part I'll take it up like a triangle. Yeah, it seems relatively centered, or it's centered enough. And then I can draw an eye right here this way. like that. And then for the iris, I'll draw a circle and bring it downwards, just like that. Now, if at all at any time I may, misname certain things, do let me know so I can correct myself. Because while you are learning art with me, there are certain things that I can also, learn from you all. Okay, and I can have the earrings there. And now I can draw the face. So I'll take it somewhere around here. Let's start with the eyebrows. Over there. And then we can have the other eyebrow. So from the end, I will take it a little high. I will draw it down. Wait, you know what I can do? I can but I think if I just do this, it should zoom in. Yeah. So I got a new camera that I think with gestures, you can just like zoom in and zoom out and totally not use a mouse to zoom in. Okay, and then I will draw the eyebrow here just like that. So I'll just give it a very rough rectangular shape and then I can paint it on the inside. Now this one seems to be a bit small, but that's okay. We can always readjust it. Like this here. Okay, and then we can have the eyes. So before I draw the eyes, what I will do is I'll just draw a horizontal line this way. I'll just take it a bit closer so you can see, like that. So that it is centered. So now the eye will be drawn on this line. I'm not drawing it too dark because I don't want it to be that dark. It's just a reference. Like this. Yeah. Now the same size I will take on the left over here. Now if you look at this eye, you can see it's right below this part of the eyebrow. So using that same logic, I will take this and bring this part also down. And then here also I'll put a slight curve and then take it up like that. And then for the nose, I think we'll keep it a little simple. So from here, from this top part, I'll just draw a straight line down like that. Yes, we'll keep it very simple. And then for the lips also, now when you draw the lips, always draw the part where the two lips touch first, which should be the middle of your mouth, like this. And then we can have the upper lip. Over here. And then the bottom one. So the bottom lip, right, we'll always try to keep it a little bit flatter. I think maybe that's a little too overextended. It doesn't need to go that low. Like that. Okay. Now let's see what else we can add to this. So we have to draw the eyes also. So for the eyes, I'll make it a little bit wide. Somewhere around there, like that. And then the same thing here. Make sure it's not too much to the left or too much to the right, or else the eyes will be looking into different directions. Like that. How many of y'all are, trying this out with me at the same time? Let me know. I'll try not shaking the camera too much. Alright. So this I will take about here. Bring this part a little lower, take this there. Yeah. This also, I'll just take it a bit lower to the outside. Like that. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll just give a color to the background. Yeah, let's give a color to the background. So we will be adding an orange color. Now for those of you who do not have orange, or even if you do have, can you tell me how do we make the orange color? Quickly tell me in the comments. I'm doing some secret business behind this palette. You don't need to know. But you can tell me in the meantime, how do we make orange? I'm waiting. Well, I can see you people watching me. Better start dropping down some replies. I don't want to go around threatening anyone. Threaten to paint you. So, how do we make orange color? Whether you know the answer, whether you don't know the answer, you can still just drop a comment. There's nothing to lose. I need to show my face on camera. If anything, if I give a wrong answer, that would be pretty bad for me. So tell me, what do you think that we can, add to this? Oh, sorry, what do you think we can use to make orange color? Don't worry guys, I'm not littering. I only have to clean it up, so keep your art space clean. Okay. Since everyone is, feeling very shy to answer, I'll just give you an answer. So if you want to make orange, we will use red and yellow. So now this orange, I'll make it relatively light. I don't want it to be, too dark or too strong. I'll keep it relatively light. I'll take my yellow. Good enough. I'll keep my yellow. I will take my red. Now, even if you mix yellow and red, you need to know the proportions or the amount of each color that you need to take in order to mix it. Some ASMR. So I'll wet my brush first. And I will take, where's this red hiding? Yeah, I have some red on my, let me see. Yeah, you can see a bit of red at the tip of the brush. And I will mix it in this yellow. So the more yellow you have, the lighter your orange will be. The more red you have, the darker your orange will be. But eventually at some point, if you keep adding and adding more red to it, it will just be like a slightly lighter red. So you need to know how much red to add or how much yellow to add. Now when I'm mixing this, I will try to mix it in one corner only. If I spread it all around my palette, by the time I come to take the color, it will dry out, and then I'm going to end up painting my palette instead of the painting. Because I remember once in my college, so I was trying to get the color right, and I just couldn't get the right color. I kept mixing. I had a pretty look at the top camera. I had like a pretty big palette this way, and I was holding it on my hand. Sometimes I mix, and eventually I kept going in a very big circle. And then my sir came. He's like, "Are you done painting?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "What are you painting?" And I showed him my painting on my canvas. He looked at me. Like, if you have such a big canvas over here, why are you painting your palette? I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm clearly struggling over here. Please help." He looks at my palette, laughs, and he goes like, "You're painting your palette. Never, mix colors in such a large area." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because if you do that, then your paint will dry, and if it dries on your palette while you keep trying to mix it again and again, you're just going to end up painting your palette rather than your painting." The whole class was laughing. Like, okay, relax. There's no need to come for me like that. But there you go. For those of you who didn't know, I just saved yourselves the embarrassment. There are a lot of instances which I will save for later also, the embarrassing stories, when I can, find myself in a similar situation, then I can tell you. Okay, one last. So this was in, I think, my third year or fourth year of college, and we had to third or fourth year, and we had to stretch our own canvases, and I never stretched a canvas by myself before. So stretching a canvas basically means you buy the frame separately and the canvas separately, so that way you can have your own custom canvas as to however you prefer it or whichever size you want. So the first time I did try stretching it, I just kept putting stapler pins where I just kept stapling the backside, and then I went to class and my canvas was a little loose. So we started painting, and this is my portraiture class. My sir came, and he's behind my painting, but he's looking at my painting, or what it looked like was my painting from behind the canvas, and he was just smiling and looking at me. And everyone came behind my canvas and They looked at it and they started laughing. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, my painting is on this side. You're clearly not making fun of my painting. And then he's like, you have money with you? I'm like, huh? Like, yeah, do you have a lot of money? I'm like, no. He's like, are you sponsored by anyone? I'm like, no. And then he's like, come here. Like, come, he like, look at your canvas. And I'm looking, I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. And then he goes, like, look at the amount of, the amount I stapled my canvas. Like, from the looks of it, it looks like the stapler has sponsored you. And I was like, oh my God. Like, relax. And all my classmates were laughing. So it was pretty funny. Because it was my first time and I was getting a little late for class. And he's like, what? He's like, stapler has sponsored you. And that was the last thing I thought I would hear in, art school. So yeah, you can learn from my mistakes. I think what I can do also is whatever embarrassing moments I had, I can make a workshop for each of those. I think I can name it How to Avoid Embarrassing Yourself Workshops. I think that would be a good one. And in that, I will show you each and every mistake that I made and how you can avoid it when it comes to your painting. Okay, so now we have this painted here, but it is still a little bit wet. So what I will do is I will start with this, with the face. I do not need such a big brush. So I will just clean this real quick. And then we can start with this face. So now I will use a bit of a yellowish color. Please don't tell me I'm muted. Okay, thank God. Let's not have to repeat that whole story again. Okay, great. If at all I do end up muting myself and not realizing it, please let me know. It will be of great help to both you and me. Okay, so for this for the face, I will be using a yellowish skin tone. I won't try to make it brown or, sort of realistic. I don't know if you can hear that. That sounds very satisfying. Maybe, you know what, I should also do an ASMR live. I'm not painting anything, but you can just hear the brush, brushing its thing. Or you can just hear me maybe break charcoal sticks, ponder what I'm doing with my life. Wow, look at that. Now, do you all have any embarrassing stories that you'll want to share? Maybe with painting or just anything in general. Okay, this cloth is not doing its job. But we will manage. We shall overcome. I would sing it, but I don't know if this video would get copyright striked. Okay. Yellow. Okay, I have yellow here. What I will do, excuse me. What I will do is I'll take this yellow. Let me see how bright it is. I think I can lighten this up with a little bit of white. It's a little too yellow. I don't want it that yellow also. Let's keep white a little bit to the side. I'll keep white a bit to the side, and I have a bit of orange there. Maybe I can add a bit of brown to it. Yeah, just a dot of brown. And the brown that I'm using is burnt sienna. So I'll take my white first, and I will make sure I lighten it up as much as I need it. Okay, just make sure that your painting is dry before you do this. And if it is wet, what I do is I will look at both the cameras, please. I will keep my arm at the edge of the table, and I will use my pinky finger like this for support, so that I don't paint over, or I don't get paint on my hand. This also I'll paint everything yellow except for the eyes. Remember, this workshop is, while it is a painting workshop, it is also a matchstick workshop. Let's not forget that. That's the main purpose of this workshop. Because what happens with me is I tend to get carried away with painting. So while I am reminding you all about it, I am reminding myself also. And when you paint right like this, just make sure you don't go over the pencil area too much, or the graphite will get smudged and your yellow will end up being grey. Over there. Over here also. Yeah, that's good enough. Twinkle. Hello, Twinkle. Is this your first time watching this live? Okay, now over here, I will take a tiny bit of brown, like a very small dot of brown, and mix it in this yellow here. We don't want it too dark also, just a little bit. So we'll be taking like baby steps. Over here. This side also. So Twinkle, do you also paint? Or do you like to watch, art videos? I know it can be, pretty nice to watch it sometimes. And And also, Twinkle, you can just refer to me as Joshua also. We're all friends over here. We don't have to be very sir and student over here. Love this workshop, but I don't want to use matchsticks. How do I complete the painting? Okay, if you don't want to use matchsticks, so when you say matchsticks, do you refer to like any sort of sticks or just matchsticks specifically? So like, are you asking what other type of stick we can use? Raksa, is that your question? Instead of matchsticks, what other kind of stick we can use? Or is it just you don't want to use matchsticks at all and you just want to, do the painting? Yes, you don't want to use any stick. Okay. Okay, so here's what we can do. So now in this workshop, I have to use matchsticks because that's the whole point of this workshop. But what you can do is you can see how I'm placing the matchsticks, see what shape is coming, and you can just do an outline of that, and then you can paint a color that you like inside of it also, if you don't want to use any sort of matchsticks. I will explain it also when I start using the matchsticks, but for now, all I can tell you is if you don't want to use the matchsticks, you can just draw the shape that the matchsticks that I'm using here make, and then you can paint inside of it. Now, let me just get done with this painting part, and then once I start using the matchsticks, I will explain, in what manner you can do this. Take a little bit more brown. So, in the meanwhile, why don't you all tell me, how are you enjoying these workshops? Doesn't have to be this specific one, but what do you think about the other workshops? Maybe if there is something that we could improve from our side, or maybe if there is something that you want me to do next time, whatever it may be. Now this color, I mixed a little bit of brown in my yellow. No, I know you get it. But I will also try, helping you understand how or what we can use instead of matchsticks for this workshop. So don't worry about that. Over here also I will add a little bit in the middle over there, a little bit this side. Yeah, I think I will stop here with the painting, at least with the skin, because once I start, trust me, this is going to be a portraiture workshop. It's not going to be a matchstick painting workshop. And I'll keep going. Oh, I can add a bit here, I can add a bit there, maybe just a little bit on this side, and then yeah, it's not going to stop. Okay, now I can take red color. So I'll take a thin brush. Oh, you can't hear anything. It's too small. Okay. I'll take a little bit of red. I don't want too much water for this. A little bit of red there. I'll see what color I get if I mix a bit of brown in it. I think I should get a relatively neutral kind of red. So a not very bright red. Be a little bit more brown here. Okay, that seems good enough. Okay, I can start off by I'm sorry if my head comes in the way. It's just a habit that I like to lean over the painting when I'm drawing. Same thing here also. Like that. Then a little bit for the eyes. Same here. And be an outline for this eye. Like that. Also, I'll start from this side. And when I reach here, I'll put less pressure. And then that I made it a little too high. It's supposed to be here. But now I can't erase this because I already painted over it. So think of it this way. We have the paper, we have the pencil on top, and then we have the acrylic on top. So if I try to erase this, I would need to erase the acrylic paint that is there. And the second I do that, both are going to go out. So even the paper would start to tear. But okay, for now, or for this workshop, I'll just keep it there. But if you can make a change, just try to keep it over here in between the eyebrows. Okay. I think we can add a little bit here also. Like that. Oh, the lips. That was the main thing. Like that. This part we can take it a little higher. Okay. Now we'll take black. Black. Short-term memory loss. I don't need to pull out too much black. I can just take what is there on the lid of this. I don't need too much also. Just a little bit of black will work. Okay, and then I can start with, that's a little too much water. I don't need that much. Sorry if my head is blocking. Okay, we have that there. Nice. Same thing here. I'll keep a little bit of the red above the black. This I can make a bit wider. Yeah, there you go. Maybe I can, oh, maybe that's a bit a bit too dark. But I'll just give it an outline. Like that. Now see, now this is what happens when you mix black with any color. If you look at it, it will turn out to be very grayish. It won't look very natural. If you look at this area here, there's no black added. Here also there's no black added. But over here now I just added black so that you can see how it is going to turn out when you add black to it. I'll clean my brush. But wait. Yeah, that looks good. Anywhere else? Over here, maybe for the hair, we can add. We won't make it straight. Keep it a bit shaky. Same thing this side also. Yeah, that should be good enough. Now here I'm keeping it very shaky because I'll be putting the matchsticks on top of it. Okay. Now we can start with the matchsticks. So I got matchsticks, but I forgot to take them out of my pocket. There you go. I'm using your regular matchsticks that are there. So I will take these and I will just dump them down there. I'll take another one. Why does it smell sweet? It's odd. Like this. So I have I took 3 boxes of matchstick. And now let's see what we can do with it. So along with the matchsticks, I will be using some Fevicol as well, or some liquid glue. But if you don't have liquid glue, you can always use the other one. I don't know what it's called. Another one where you just do that and it pops out. Glue stick. Yes, a glue stick. I'm forgetting names. So okay, so you can use a glue stick or you can use the liquid glue also. Okay. Now let's start. So now what I will do is I will keep them like this here, a little higher like that. And then I will make like a little crown for her. So let me see if my glue is gonna come out. Okay, like that. Now I wouldn't recommend it doing it on the matchstick, but now I just did it on this so that I don't shake the proportions. Same thing here, I'll just draw it with this like that. I'll press it down a little bit. Now we need to make sure that we don't shake it too much, otherwise it will just come out. And even if you lift your paper up, try not to fold it, otherwise, I'm saying otherwise it's a little too much. Do not fold your paper or else the matchstick will come out. There you go, much better. Now I will take some glue and I will just put it down here like this, where I want it. Then I will take my matchstick and start putting it down. Just make sure you don't put anything flammable near this, or else you're gonna have a blast. Another good type. So one of the reasons why I put the glue first down is because it will start drying before I can put this matchstick. And one thing about that, one good thing, is that when it starts to dry, right, it will hold the matchstick a lot more easily. See, that one is already stuck. Just make sure you press it down every now and then, or else what can happen is that sometimes it will. Let me just move these a little lower. Like that. And I'll start going a little lower also here. You can keep a bit of a gap. So like this here. And I'll just spread this glue out a little bit. Now we want this painting to look lit but not be lit. Too bad of a joke? Yeah, it can be like that sometimes. Same thing here. And then same thing here as well. Now, 1 second. Okay. So I'll just put some glue in the middle also. Like that, so it doesn't, really come out. Yeah, like that. And then I will add some sticks here also. Like this. Okay, so I'll put these here, and then from this side I will stick some facing outward. Got a bit of glue on my finger. I think this we can just take it a little bit higher. We'll keep a little bit of gap also, so now we'll try to take it outwards. Okay, I'll just finish this part real quick. So again, I'm keeping a bit of gap. Now remember, this paper is folding, so what can happen is, before that, if you want to use a brush to spread this glue, you can do so. If you want to use a finger, you can use a finger as well. But if you use your finger, I feel like you have more control over what you're doing. I'll just hold this down for a bit. And whatever glue is here, I'll just wiggle it and spread it. I'll just hold this there. I'll make sure that I'm not, moving my finger, I'm not shaking it. And then you can start placing this the same way over here, the way we did on the right side. We'll do the same on the left. And when I place it down, I'll keep a little bit of gap towards the top half, and the bottom half I'll keep it connected as much as I can. We want it to be spreading out in that sense. Let's take a little bit of glue and spread it out. Just gently tapping it. Not because it does anything, I just feel like doing it. Okay, I think we can add another 1 or 2 more. I'll add one first and see how it is. And I'll just hold it there. Okay, now I think this should be dry. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. Now we can do the side of the head over here. Okay. So on this side, I will put this here, and from here I will stick it out like that. I'll just put some glue in between here also. If there's a little too much glue in one side, I'll just take that and, spread it out. Just draw circles like this. Okay. Now I'll take take the matchstick, place it down. Same thing here. I'm very tempted to light a matchstick. Okay, I don't have smoke alarm sensors. Let's see how the scene is. Maybe I might light one up. I don't know, is it me or do y'all also like, like the smell of when you burn a matchstick? Or am I just that weird kid? I can't be the only one, right? God, I feel like I'm gonna get judged heavily. I'm so tempted to sing while painting, but I know the second I start singing, the viewers are not only going to leave, I don't think I'll be able to continue doing this live anymore. It's that bad. If you could hear my thoughts right now, it's so chaotic. Because every sentence that I think about turns out to be the lyrics of some song or the other. Like that. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing on this side as well. Now before I do that, let me just look at the length of this matchstick, and okay, it's a bit short, but I think we can manage. Okay, fine. Now I'll do this side first. Let me just see how far does it go until there. Whoa. Okay. So I will take this glue and draw with it first. And again, like I said, I'll just start going in circles with it. And don't worry too much about this glue starting to dry. That's okay. Because if you put your matchstick down when it is when it is starting to dry, it will hold the matchstick a lot easier. If it's still wet, then it can easily move, because then it starts to turn into a paste-like substance. Over here. A little bit here also. Again, I'll just press it down again like that. A little bit there. Oh, I've got red color ones also. Okay, so my matchsticks happen to change color, but that's okay. We can keep the top matchsticks a little brown and the bottom ones a little red. Like that. Let me see if this fits. So I want it to be a little bit towards the center like that, but that will become a little too wide. You know, this should be okay. So we let it overlap a little bit over here for now. Anyways, things in life, tend to overlap each other. Can't you see? Oh, was that? I know that's a little too loud. think, you know what, from the next workshop, I will keep some background music. Because I am one that loves to listen to music while I paint or draw. Both are stuck together. Okay, and I will take the other one also. So trying to sort of center it over here. And then this one down here. If you feel that it's not sticking that well, just put a little glue between the two matchsticks, like that, and hold it down. Hold it down for a bit. And then one last one here. Like that. Oh, I'm just removing some more matchsticks. Okay, and then we can add a little bit over here, like for the shoulder part, you could say. So how we'll go about it is from here, a little bit from here also. So I'll just spread this a little bit. Now if you want, you can stack them a little bit closer, or you can keep a little distance also. Both of them work. Now here also, I'll just bring this part a bit down, like that. So I can just drop it down like this. And add a little bit of more glue. Like that. And then here also in the middle, we'll keep a bit of a gap. And say something like this. Same thing here also. I'll place this down. What I'll do is I'll just place all of them down first. So I'll just drop it like that. I'll put the base towards all of them. And the same thing on the left side. So I'll put one down like this, another one down there, so I'm not pressing them down just yet. Now I will press them down. Once I'm done placing them, I'll hold it for maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Then I can add the last few over here. Put a little bit of glue down here. Oh, hello Neha. Did you just join the live? Oh, okay, that's nice. And I'll put a little bit of glue here. Yeah, there was no live yesterday at 5:30. We had, we had something come in between, so we weren't able to do the live last night or in the evening. But today we will be having one at 5:30. So this whole week is going to be, you could say, Navratri themed. Could call it a Navratri special. Where did you tell me to send? You can send it to us on Instagram, like a direct message. At Rooftop app, you can just send us a direct message saying that this is a work that I had done by looking at the workshop. And then I will get to know, or I will get to see what you've sent. Now over here, I did not. Over here, I did not do the nose ring. So I will take a little bit of red. So it should be like that. Then a little bit of the design here. Yeah. Okay, now over here we have stuck this down. Let's see how well it is stuck. For the rest also, just make sure that it's not moving. Our Insta handle, it would be rooftop_app. That's the Insta handle that we use. I'll just put it down in the chat. There you go. I put it down in the comments, and you can see the Insta handle over there. Oh, you were asking about mine. I do not know if I can give that out, but you can ask me again in the evening workshop, and I will let you know. Want to see my other works too? Okay, sure. What you can do is you can join me again in the evening workshop and just remind me, and then I can let you know about it. Okay, now with this we can add some final touches. So I'll take this red color that I have, take a little bit of red, I'll take my palette here, I have a bit of red, then I'll mix a little bit of blue in it. Let me show you. Now this is a little too bluish, so I'll just add more red to it. And then that I can add over here like this, maybe a little bit more water. Just spread this one around. A little bit there. I think a little bit down here also I can add a little bit. And then the same on the other side also. See, about here. Like this. So it'll be a bit of a background. Let me just make this even. And a little bit here we can add, just a tiny bit, not too much. You want to keep it very subtle, so it can give that like a sunlight or a sun ray kind of effect, a halo-ish effect. Okay, so that wraps our Matchstick art workshop. Hold on, let me just. Okay. So I hope you guys, got to learn something new, something different. And if at all you do end up doing this with me, or maybe even after this video, you can just send your artworks to us at our Instagram, rooftop_app. And if you'd like to know more about what we do, you can have a look at our website or just download our app. It's free. And you can have a look at the other types of courses that we do, or maybe the artworks that we have on display also. You can have a look at everything that is there. We have all our information on our website and our app. Thank you everyone who has joined me, and I will see you again in the evening. Bye-bye.